Radio then, good morning. Hope we're well this Sunday. Good morning, Connie. How are you? Connie, I think Connie and Sean, isn't it? I'll just respond by keyboard because I can. So, yes, subs have shot up a bit. It's kind of cool, almost at 200. And thinking of subs, welcome to Manuela, Joseph, Tony, and Doug. And this week there's been significant comments from Gap the Mind the Gap, Michael Connie, that'd be you, Amiga 1000, Poorhouse, Gareth, Mookle, Edward, and Noni. So, first up, I thought I would chat about engine.ini settings. This obviously only applies to PC people, and hopefully my voice is live. It looks like it is. Looks like the stream's working properly. Yay. Better this week. Didn't forget my mic. I'll sort of run through my system settings because I've got a really minimal set that I'm actually quite happy with. So it's letting me get on most things except Clinchfield and which one is it? HKR. Having those ones have a lower frame rate, but mostly I'm getting in the 50s and 60s with this. My motion blur quality is 0 because I hate motion blur. View distance scale of 2, and in combination with all of these, they basically mean that the trees and things don't pop in anymore, and I can see down the track, which is really, really good. I did have these set a bit higher, but it causes really bad frame rates in Clinchfield and a couple of other routes, so I've got them higher anywhere, basically anywhere where there's lots of things to draw. It causes problems to have them higher. On the routes where there's not lots to draw, like Peninsula Corridor, you can have them set to 5 if you want to. Doesn't make much difference though, because there's still not much to see. And the other one is the passenger density scale. Setting this to 4 pretty much gives you rush hour passengers everywhere. Cool. And I don't know why this has turned up in my engine.ini. Bye-bye. That shouldn't be there. Anyway. So, we're going to have another look at the 1938 stock, sorry. But before I get in, actually, let's just run this thing, and then when we go into the next one, I'll show you what the changes are. So, they haven't changed any of the sounds or anything like that. Let's get some lights on so we can see what we're doing. Master key. Oops. They kind of make this mechanic better and they kind of didn't. So I'm still trying to flip around. There it is. Lever on. And leave it in. Leave the Wakefield thing as it is. And we're going to Stonebridge Park. There it is. Cool. And let's get some headlights on. And let's get some instrument lights on. And take this cab light off. Let's just pop outside and make sure. Oh, look at that. We're on top of the roof. That's helpful. Okay. Did our headlights actually come on? Let's try around this way. Can't go that way. It's a roof. Now, which train's mine? That's a good question. It'll be the one that says Stonebridge Park, but none of them have headlights on. I'm guessing it's that one. But no headlights yet. Let's try headlights again. Aha! Okay, now let's head down the back. I'll go down the outside of the shed because it's easier. Wow, there's a lot of them, isn't there? So much for going down the outside of the shed. Looks like you can't. Alright, we'll go back up the top and we'll go down the inside of the shed. Yep, I've gotten lost. There we are. Or is that the other shed? No, that's the other shed. What am I doing? It's over here. Okay. Now we can go down the back of the shed. I forgot this shed has a back. And the lights are on the back, and it has set the Stonebridge Park thing on the back. There's a new mod out, which I was hoping for one for the sound, but there isn't one for that yet. There's a new mod that gets rid of the special on here, but I don't care enough to run that. Alright, let's get going then. I'm scaled to about 150, I think. Let's just have a quick look. Settings, screen, yeah, 149, so as near as I can get to 150. And my frame rate, it's sitting right on 60 at the moment because I capped it there. My monitor can actually do 145, but since the 426 update, it gets a bit flickery even though it is a G-Sync monitor. So I've capped it at 60. Their instrument lights aren't on, but they were before. There we go. Not that we really get much in the way of instrument lights in this one. We're approaching the first bug that we'll encounter shortly. Let me just get rid of that marker. So we're cruising our way out through here gradually. And the points seem to flip themselves over if they're not right, like that one. So it doesn't seem to bother anything. 60 is good enough, you're actually right. Anything above about 28.4 is good enough for most things. But if you, say for example, watch the text on the side of the train, it'd be hard to see because it's dark, it gets very blurry at anything less than about 40 when the train's moving. Now this signal here, let's just stop here. Let's just pop out. So, signal's red, apparently, number WS38, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of shunting signal or anything around here. It's just red. But you look on the map, it's green. That would be a bug then. And if you try and... I won't do it yet because it confuses things. Alright, off we go to the next red signal. This one actually is red. But as we approach this one, we can contact our signaller friend, and he goes, proceed at restricted speed, and now we get a shunt signal come up there. Having tried running through the signal just to see what happens, it really is red. So you actually do have to contact the signaller to come out of the yard, which is fair enough, I guess. So this is one of the shortest services in the game, I think. So we are going to play another one. Just let this one cruise off into the station. If I look a little bit tired today, it's because I got woken up in the middle of the night by people stealing our Halloween decorations. Delightful creatures. And unfortunately for me, if I wake up once I have gotten to sleep, that's it. So I've had about 2 hours sleep. Life. Greetings to whoever just joined us. We're currently running a Bakerloo to Stonebridge Park in the old 1938 stock. And that, believe it or not, is the end of that service. Ooh, I was naughty. I went a bit quick. All right. So let's run the next one. Now, interestingly, even though you're running the journeys, it doesn't go to the next right one. That's life, isn't it? So back into the timetable. And why don't we have a little bit of rain this time, just for amusement's sake. We'll stick with October. Actually, you know what? I haven't done a snow one with this train yet. Let's do a snow one. That'd be January, wouldn't it? 2.8 degrees? That's surely we can have snow with that. No, we can't. When can we have snow? Not in December? Maybe February. Looks like snow doesn't enable anywhere. Okay. Well, January it is. Very cold. And we want the partner to that one, which is 201D02. That's a change that came in the update. The search works again. Woohoo! It was only not working on this route, and I think it's because half the timetable was a bit wonky. All right, so this time we're going to take it out of the station we just went into to Harrow on Wealdstone. Except we're in a different platform. Look at that. All right then, let's get set up. And we probably want to get some people on, but we need to turn it on first. Oops. All right, let's get some doors open. Looks like the left-hand side. And we are going to Harrow and Wealdstone, so we better set that on the little box. I'm only doing above ground stuff because I want to spare you from an hour of driving through a tunnel. Oops, I pressed the off button. That wasn't very clever. Alright, should have instrument lights and headlights now. Let's just quickly pop out and look. Looks promising. We do. How about up the back? Do we have tail lights? We do. And does it say... Oh, it says nothing on the back one. I've got to go up there and set it. By hand. What a hard life. Now, let's just kill the cab lights while we're here. Let's go and go up the other end and set that little beastie. Even though it wants me to leave and I am now late. That's okay. I don't know if it was just coincidence that it was set before, or if it sometimes sets and sometimes doesn't. We shall see. I don't even know if they set the back one in reality. But I'll do it. Should be right now. Okay, back up the front we go. Whee! Get out of the way, people. Get out of the way. Why aren't you people getting in the train? It's the only one. You're not getting another one. There's a couple of people in there. And I use these doors because the little dwarf doors give me the shits. Alright. And we want to go into forward 2. Brakes off. Oh, closed doors would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Oops. Come on, signal. Go green. Yay. Off we go into the darkness of the night. With our delightful cutting in and out sounds. Sudden silence with the master controller off. Not quite right, but that's okay. Yellow light. Hello, Gareth. How are you? Oh, I'm doing okay. Just explained earlier I'm existing on about 2 hours sleep, so if I fall off my chair or something, that'll be why. We had some cretins thieving Halloween decorations from our yard last night. The 38's going well so far. We've done one very short service, and now we're doing another overground service. And so far, by some miracle, I haven't messed it up yet. Did your rear lights just go out? That's a good question. Let's go look. That would be interesting, wouldn't it, if they've gone off? Certainly possible. Oh, they're still there. I actually quite like them. I think the back looks better than the front, to be honest with you. It's a nice screenshot material. Wrong kind of screenshot, but that's okay. I keep taking Steam screenshots when I mean to take Dovetail screenshots. Just pausing for that nice compressor. Let's just jump back in there. Close the doors. Hopefully we'll get a green signal. I've seen people complaining about the signals changing after you close the doors. Granted, it is somewhat unrealistic, but I understand why they do it. It's so that they don't block out the tracks in front of you. Oh, it's quite possible they did go out, Connie. I'll have a look at the video later, and if they did, I'll stick a post in the technical forum. Just going to check my meet and see if any of Roy or Michael have turned up. They have not. Missing my regulars. Naughty regulars. They've become irregular. That's okay. I'm sure they have lives too. So I find even with the somewhat dodgy sound, I actually enjoy driving this thing. But we'll have a change of pace shortly. Yeah, it definitely does, Gareth. It goes against what you would do as a driver, because if the light was red, you would keep the doors open because it's better service for your customers. Well, you might close them, but you wouldn't lock them. I suppose in a more modern vehicle. I was kind of hoping someone would have put a sound mod out by now, but no one has. Anybody else notice the stopping markings are in the wrong place? That's only halfway up the platform. If I stop here, my train won't fit. That'll cause the points people some distraction. All right. People everywhere. None of them get on my train though. All right. Actually, I take that back. And that would appear to be where I'm going. Suppose I should go then. Oh, there's still people getting on. I'm a nice driver. I'll let them get in. Come on, people. Got to draw the line somewhere. Better go look at that signal. It has gone green. admittedly, I do a little bit of a mixture. Gareth, I sometimes put things in the technical forum. If I think they're not particularly important, I put them in there. If it's something that's causing me gameplay problems, I tend to go for support. They've notched up their support people lately, if you haven't noticed. They're quite responsive now. And they seem to get used to, if you're submitting tickets a lot and providing the right levels of information, they don't instantly come back and go, have you tried rebooting it? Yeah, I'm glad it's not just me that they've stopped ignoring. I've been quite happy with their support lately. I work in software, so I get that some of it's shit sometimes. They're really struggling to get past each other there, aren't they? It's just a few too many for the gate. Give them a few more seconds. Ah, excellent. I look forward to seeing what you do, Gareth. Yep, never hurts. I think I just opened the left doors, didn't I? Instead of locking the right doors, because I'm looking the wrong way round, and I'm a dumbass. There we go. Here's me hoping the signal went green. Did anybody else notice that the train actually got stuck on a person then? Notifications off, but obviously I didn't. Perhaps Gap the Mind might join us. Me a bit quick, what? Say a little bit quick. Don't you wish that speedo was just like maybe this much lower? It's probably quite realistic where it is, but not useful. Now, if we had good sound, you wouldn't need it. Yes, I too wish you could drive it from a stand-up camera. I actually think it wouldn't be that hard. Because I kind of think if you just took the seat and put the seat base here, when you think you're sitting down in the game, you would effectively be at the standing height. And you could probably even make the seat invisible, so it just looked like you were sitting on it. I must confess I don't see the gradient markers very much, Gareth. They, because I don't use the HUD. Not much anyway. Sometimes I do. On Clinchfield you have to, or you end up with the train upside down somewhere. And I'd love to say that was unusual, but... coming up on our last stop on this run. And then we'll be switching scenes completely. And we'll be heading off to America. Whenever I come around that corner, I always think that's my signal, the red one. Oh, on the station, you mean? Yes. Yes, some of them are still backwards. Which is somewhat confusing, isn't it? YouTube tells me you've all gone away and that I have no viewers whatsoever. Is that true? Is YouTube lying to me? Yay, glad you're still here. I have done the odd stream where I'm just sitting here talking to myself, which is vaguely amusing. I did a stream the other day, the Clinchfield one, where I was so tired I was failing in driving the train. I just really shouldn't have done the stream. It just looked awful. I watched it later and I'm even tempted to delete it, but I haven't. Last stop, Harold and... is it Wealdstone? Wealdstone. Let's give them a coffee lurching stop just for the hell of it. Just so they enjoy their last one. Fireworks where you are, Gareth. I really love the lighting in these cars. It's nice and warm. I think visually with this beast, Rivet did an excellent job. Now we'll let those last few people in even though we're not going anywhere. We get a little bit of fireworks. They're actually illegal in Australia, except in the Northern Territory, and it's legal to sell them but not use them in our national capital. What are those people doing? There were people on that side of the train. Well, that's weird. That'd be a bug then. So what's that, about 20 minutes in? I better make a note of that, just so I can put it in later. Excuse me writing this down. Cool. All right. Ah, we're going into a siding. Then why did all those people get in? Silly buggers. And we have a shunt signal. Why did you people get in? Oh well. Enjoy your walk back to the station. The conservatory. It's kind of a uniquely English thing. That's a room with glass walls and glass roof, isn't it? Don't know why that zoomed in then. are we going to change ends? Or are we just going to put it in the siding and leave it here? I'm dependent on the countdown here because I can't see where this siding ends, and it must end soon. There it is. Geez, feel nervous getting this close. And that'd be it. And I only spared once, see? Only a little bit. Gold medal. Cool bananas. Alrighty. Yeah, there should be an unload all in there as well. I will write that on my list as well. That's the kind of thing I just stick on the forum. I don't bother with a bug report. Cool, alrighty, now we're going to switch routes and we're going over to Peninsula Corridor. And the reason I'm coming over here is because in the big update, the GP38, without updating the route, because they always said you had to update the route, where is Peninsula Corridor? I've got too much shit. There we go. They have added rail driver to the GP38. And I think really it needs to be raining because we're shunting, and it always rains when you're shunting. It's just a rule. And we're going to be doing initially the UP1 South San Francisco Yard inbound duties. That is this one. And I played it yesterday to make sure it works, hence the medal. And let's get going. Let's get some stuff turned on. Apparently the locomotive is already running, which is good. Step lights. That is set to lead, which is correct. Now let's release you while it's cut out and set you to freight. And have we got a train yet? We do have a train, okay. And since we're uncoupling, we will leave that the way it is and get up. Wait, this is your job. You're supposed to go and uncouple the carriages, but you just sit there. Should dock your pay. Really naughty and leave the door open. I'm going to turn on stopping markers because I find doing this is difficult without them. You know what would help? It actually going in forward when I put it in forward. There we go. I know the bell's realistic, but I kind of hate it. Yeah, that happens a lot, Connie. Will the wipers work on the rail driver? Yes! Those points set, they are. You have to set all your own points in this one. And you have to get so close to the signal up here. Was that? I wouldn't want to get any closer to that red one, I don't think. Alright, better go into 8 camera, because we have to go change some points. They look like they did the right thing. Now what about these ones? These need changing too. Of course they do. Alright, back in the cab. Just because you wouldn't do the train, I'm going to open your window and make you get wet. Almost at our go via. Now, interestingly, notice the colour of the gravel here. It's white. Remember that. Where are we actually going? Put our train there. Change some points. One's right. That one's right. There we go. That'll be fine. I'm not sure in reality if they would actually back this movement up or if they'd change ends. The way they bounce around on their couplers when you brake and release. Oops, forgot. Safety. And they also turn off the generator field in American trains, but I have noticed that gives the game the shits, so I don't do it. They call it 3 points of safety, putting it into neutral, applying the independent brake and turning off the generator. Come on, uncouple. I also need to pop this one, if I can. Back we go. We have to do some points as well. Actually, we don't have to do some points. They are already set. Look at that. That's interesting. I'm going to flip them over and flip them back, because I can. Like I thought, they were actually the wrong way round. That's one of those ones, where the points are backwards compared to the sign. Alright, back we go. Eventually. Yay, trackball. So why is it when you're on the ground you can't hear them, but when you're in the air you can hear the spit valves? Now I'm going to open the other window. Okay, in the chair. Why do we have brakes on? Shouldn't have to bail them off. I kind of chop and change which locos I play from. I think in a set like this, because you'd have a conductor on the ground, or a shunter, doing most of that job for you, you wouldn't change around, you'd just stay in the same cab. Because there's a guy calling you on the radio telling you what's going on. I'm only using the train brake because I've got two locos, by the way. You going to slow down? You're not, are you? This is going to hurt. Bang. Well, it coupled at least. Let's have a quick look at the map, figure out where it wants me to go. Sometimes it wants you to go that way. Alright, so we're going to go across the line. So we change that one. No, not that one. Actually, we can't change that one because that's controlled automatically, isn't it? We can change that one. We can change that one. And that one's got to be changed. And so does that one. And that should be enough of those. Now this you really would change ends for. In fact, you know what? I'm going to. Because you would. Stop that horrible bell. Headlights are off. Now I've got a little bit of brake on, which is fine. No, you're not the thing I want. I want you. I want to cut you out, and I want to put you in handle off. And then I want to put you in trail. You can stay here if you want. You're not very helpful anyway. And just because we can, we're just crossing. That's the side with the door. Pretty famous last words doing this, because, you know, sometimes this doesn't work. I think I left the gauge lights on at the other end, didn't I? Never mind. Take that back roughly to where it was, which was 76%, and then cut it in. And set this to lead. That's already set to lead. Shouldn't have been, but it is. Brakes are going to release, which is good. Brakes are almost off at the back now. We're almost up to pressure. Do I play with derail enabled? Yes. But it doesn't always do it. If you go through trailing points, in most kinds of points, you should be able to flip them over. It's only locked points that you can't really do that with. I'm just going to get a bit of an advance warning on this signal up here, because I have a faint suspicion it's going to be red. Also want to make sure all these points are set properly. You are not. Yep, so we have not been set yet by our signal. We'll have to stop there. That means we're waiting for a train. Where'd my wipers go? I didn't turn them back on. I love that the signal's hidden in the grass. That's just mean, really. Now we'll be waiting for something to come past, no doubt. Wherever it is. Because I can't change these points because they're set by the signaller. So I guess we're waiting for a train that's coming from that direction. It is worth making sure, Connie, that the blue lines do line up. Is that a train in the distance? No, it's just mist. Is there a train? She should be coming from behind us. I don't see anything. Does anybody else turn their head on the side like a dog when they're looking at the map on an angle? Oh, there he is. Okay, there really is a train coming. We'll wait for him. We're nice. In fact, since we have to wait anyway, let's put you back in the middle. Let's go and rail fan it in the rain. Why can't I go out there? There you go. I can watch the train from here. Well, kind of. I had a better view where I was. Just trying to come away from the steps. There we go. We did have a better view where I was. Some spin things are a little bit, I don't know if you can see this. I use a trackball. Better go sit down because we'll get the signal now. Shut this door so we don't get any rain in here. Points have changed. Signal behind the grass has gone yellow. Got a little bit of throttle on while the brakes pump up at the back. And moving. We're moving at both ends, so if people are wondering what I'm looking at my brake pressure here on the brake pipe, so the white one, which has gone up to about 90 pounds. I'm near 90 pounds on the back, so I know the brakes have released at the back, and I know the back is moving. It tells me it is. And I know I'm moving because this tells me it is. Alright, let's go and watch the thing snake. Hey look, it's white again. Hope I said all the points right, or this won't last long. Look, now it's going black. I just like watching trains snake through crossovers. We leave this track before that red signal, so it should be fine. I kind of like Peninsula Corridor, because I used to live here. I lived in Oakland and later on Bakerloo on the other side of the bay. And I worked all over the Bay Area. Some of it was for Caltrain. Being your standard, typical, uncharitable Aussies, we always called it Caltrain. Moo. When they had their slogan, Moving California. That's a really quick pressure drop. But we're reduced from 90 to 80 here really fast, and we're reduced on the back really fast, and that really wouldn't happen that quick. Stop a bit early. I'm actually going to keep going because we won't have cleared the points yet. Even though I stopped in the green spot. This is good for your couplers. Gives them a nice stretch. Maybe a nice break. But this game doesn't do coupler braking. The only one I know that does is Run 8. actually we had cleared the points. So I'm pretty sure we have to go up here somewhere now. Let's just turn on my stop marker. Yeah, we do. So I have to set these. I didn't think we would have cleared these yet, but obviously I was incorrect. Come on. Why aren't you doing it? You're making sounds like you're doing it, but you're not doing it. There we go. Let's just see if there's any others along here. What are these ones doing? They are set correctly. That will be fine then. Back up the front. It's disconcerting the way Simulgraph wakes itself up again. And off we go backwards. Hello, poorhouse. When I'm shunting, I don't use safety systems. But when I'm doing long runs, I do, because there's nothing else to do. There's little enough to do when you're driving a freight train for an hour. Hey look, it's black again now. Maybe it is just the sunlight that changes it. Could be. Especially on some of the American freights. I like this one because there are lots of short things to do. I like Clinchfield because the longest thing's about 40 odd minutes, 50 minutes, and there's always stuff to do anyway. But some of the ones where you just sit there and drive for 2 hours, it's like, meh, it's not that exciting. Especially if you're getting a German one and you set AFB or it's running on LZB and you just go away, make a cup of coffee and come back when it's finished. Feels like we're going really fast, but we're doing 11 miles an hour. I like PC Poorhouse because I used to live here. Rode Caltrain quite a bit and did some work with Caltrain. Just thought I'd come up here and have a look at this one because we'll be on it shortly. I was planning on running East Cornwall this weekend, but we all know what happened there. That's good that you're redoing them, Connie. I often do that myself. In fact, the game resets your scenario progress so often that you go back to 0 and it looks like you haven't done any at all. But it gives you an incentive to go and do them again. We go. Oh, where is it? There's a lock release here somewhere. Come on. I always unlock both, just because on a real train you do that. Why am I getting up on this one? Okay, gotta get down again now. Ah, running across the tracks. Naughty. Now I gotta go all the way around. Just taking you on a scenic tour, folks, don't mind me. Why have I zoomed in? That's why it's looking weird. Scenic tour complete. Oh, I probably have to go set some points anyway. Up here. Yep. And this one needs to be set too. Come on, do it. Do it. Yay! Did it work though? Yes! And this one. Come on. It's being a bit awkward on the points today. And this one. Mind you, this is a trailing one, so you should in theory be able to go through this and it would just flip itself over. Alright. Actually, you know what? Let's go and sit up there and wait for it. Watch it come in. Now, why don't the headlights do that when we're driving the trains? That's awesome. But not stand in the wrong place though, or I'll get skittled by it and end up inside it. Too far away, can't hear the horn, but I did blow it. Be funny if it brings the train here too. Taking off so slowly, I do kind of wonder if it's bringing the train. Oh well, we'll see when we get here. I get why they did the second stream. They were trying to show us some of the stuff that was going wrong and why they made their choice. Does that look like it's off the train or on the train? Better go down and have a look. That really looks like it's bringing the train. And it is. Some would say, what the? So better write that down on my bug list for today. And that's, what, 9:20. Okay. Now, let's try that again. I'm going to leave the train there, though, because it's still clear of the points. That's better. Now we'll go up here and wait for it to come in. Sigh. And yes, Connie asking about sounds is a good thing. I hope they get some responses. Hopefully the people who own sounds will let them buy them. That would be good. that's it for that one. All right, now let's go on to, we're going to do the South City Switcher this time. I think it's a timetable run from memory. Or is it a scenario? Might be a scenario. We'll see. If it's a scenario, we'll pop back there. Oh no, there it is. And for Poor House, if you're wondering why there's medals on the ones that I'm playing, it's because I tested them yesterday just to make sure. Okay, now we want to couple to 15 vehicles. Let's put you on. Release you. And I think this is just one by itself. Yep. Now we've got some points to set though. This way. That did not throw. Come on. Now it did. And that one is still correct, and this one should still be correct from before. And just because leaving a junction half set is naughty, I'll change this one too. We don't need them. G'day mate, how are you? Are you going to be more helpful than that last one? Probably not. You're just going to sit there and stare out the window, aren't you? So, guess what? I'm going to do the same thing to you. You're going to get wet. Because I'm mean. You know, I did put it in forward. Sometimes it behaves the rail driver and sometimes it doesn't. The first time I played this one yesterday to test it, I found out what happens when you're too busy watching a movie on YouTube and driving the train when you're not paying enough attention. It was pretty funny. I'll put the video up sometime. For those of you who don't know, if you run through a signal or if you derail, if you escape out to the menu and save quickly enough, you can actually resume from after that's happened to you. It's usually kind of funny, because you're outside the bounds of the game after that. Just want to come down to 4 mile an hour to couple up. That'll be fine. This one poor little underpowered beast is going to have to pull this whole train soon, which is now mysteriously, if you notice, black. Even though it was white before. Stop just before we get there, because I want to check couplers. And you'd never cross between a loco and a train. In reality, not even if it's stopped. You just don't. And you don't stand on the other track and watch coupling either. That's okay. Okay, now let's go and do whatever we have to do with sidings. Points, rather. Yeah, I think we need to set that one, don't we? Come down here a bit more. That one's okay. Oops, wrong way. That one's fine. That one is not. Come on, let me do it. Now, what I wasn't doing when I wasn't paying enough attention yesterday was I crashed into that train, which was kind of funny. All right, off we go then. Actually, one more thing to do. Just start it spooling up. Should be all released. We don't get an end of train because we're a shunting thing. Yeah, it's powering. Let's give it some more beans. In reality, you'd never notch up to notch 8 in a yard because you'd just break all your couplers off. Does that sound like we're braking? Oh, it's because there's another train outside. That one's braking. There it is. Thought we were braking. So did he. He's going, how come you keep disappearing? greedy is amazingly high. Very, very tall people in California. How many more have we got? Yeah, a few more. With a little bit more juice in it. Little bit more. Just want to clear these points, which incidentally we can go and flip over because we'll need to. And did they? No, they did not. Now they have. That's about where we want to be, I think. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, it knows I got up. I didn't come out here on the 8 key, I actually walked. So I better put my controls back where they were so it doesn't get confused. bringing... should be 5. Yep. Good. Five's all good. 5 pits. I reckon you could actually get away with 6. See? Fits. Could you get another one in? No. Geez, I left this a bit tight, didn't I? It's a good thing it doesn't worry about sideswiping carriages. It seems to me that these tracks really are too close together because there's not enough room for a shunter to stand on the steps. Granted, he'd be on the graffiti wall side, he or she. Right, a little bit more. That'll do about there, I think, and then it'll all fit. If you use their markers, it doesn't all fit. Somewhere? We'll put the loco away and then I'll come back to it. locked. I'll just wait then. Better call the safety person. Pile of shit right next to a switch. I suddenly got very short. Anybody else notice that? Oops, too far. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. More grunt. Looks ugly. Speedy little buggers. They keep locking. Some horrible wheel marks on these wheels. And I'm really short again. Let's try and get tall. Bit too tall maybe, but that'll do. Two cars to go, driver. One car to go, driver. Half a car. Five, four, three, two, one. Couple up, red light. Right to go, driver. Sounds so funny when you go past them. Last ones. Do I hear a train? No, thought I did. Oh, well, watch from this angle. Hello, Michael. How are you? It is, but I'll have to let you in. It's the usual one. If you want to join. Alright, driver, up you go. say the scenery around here is quite realistic. It should be the usual link, Michael, if you want to try. Should be working. There you go. And I better mute a mic or we're going to hear echoes.
Ah, that's better.
Hello, Michael. You'll hear that in about 15 seconds.
Oh, I already did.
Chat's very quiet. Turn it up. Actually, you know what? I've never tried this angle. It's a remarkably shiny pile of crap over to our right there. Nice, you can see through them. This should be number 5. Right to come back, driver. Road is set. Keep it easy, mate. You've only got 5 cars in. Four cars to go. Three cars to go. 2 cars to go. Red light driver, need to check your coupler. Going inside, safety please. Thought so. All clear, driver, right to come back. Half a car. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Couple up. Red light. I have to uncouple them all now. Should have done that while I was out there. And if you're wondering why I'm doing the shunting calls, as though they were real, it's because on November the 6th, the preserved railway I operate on is reopening, and I have to pass my exam on the first day, and that will be included. No, you're not going to let me do this, are you? Because I'm not in the cab. Let's get in. G'day, mate. Good to see you still doing nothing. You're very, very, very good at your job. Put you in for a bonus. Hopefully we'll leave the train behind. Yes. Thank you, Connie. I wish myself luck too. I have heard that, because a couple of people have done pre-opening exams because they've been needed for works trains. And I have heard they've gone just a little bit easier than usual on them, since none of us have touched the railway for 6 months. So I'm what's called a second person on the railway. I am him, which means occasionally I get to play with these, but not nearly as much as I'd like to. Have we passed those points yet? Yes, we have. On the same day that I go back, I'm also doing the track inspection that morning, so I have to get up at about 4:45 a.m, drive up to the railway, take out the track inspection machine and run the 26 kilometres out and back, 18 miles, do the inspections, sign it off, get back to Belgrave, put all that away, and then go and sign on for a diesel shift. Going to be a big day. I'm going to stop up here because I haven't set these points yet. They're going to miss. Oh, it's going to be close. It'd be light by the time I start the shift, yes. Doesn't get much closer than that. In fact, oh, it just misses. Too far. Actually, not bad. Alright, driver, right to come back. Wrong way, driver. Right to come back. Still the wrong way, driver. Wrong lever, too. Alright, let's see if it believes in backwards this time. Right to come back. Yay. Road is set. 5 cars. At this end of the loco, you would make calls, even with the loco being light engine like this, because the driver does have a hard time seeing the cars when it's long hood forwards. 3 cars to go. Good speed.
Not to mention gauging distance.
Indeed. 2 cars to go. Good speed. One car to go. Half a car. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Couple up, red light. Alright, off we go. After it pumps up a bit. Feels like we've been doing this forever. Almost finished though. It's enough of you, Bell. I imagine if you drove American trains for real, you'd get used to that bell, but for me it's annoying. There's something I haven't done. Naughty. Right. That's better. In winter time when I do the track inspection, it's dark pretty much all the way out and it starts getting light on the way back. But that's okay, because track inspection is mostly done by feel and sound. I do recall at one point in time that they fixed that, because on one side it was a road and on the other side it was a canal. Oop, I'm in a building.
You've gone past your stop line.
Have I? I have. You know what happened there? I didn't have the cars back in far enough. So it didn't realise that I had got there. So we'll have to go back there just to make the game happy. I had the cars a little too far up the siding. Thank you for pointing that out, Michael. I would have got to the end of the run and gone, what's going on?
Yeah, no worries.
Would have been funny though. Not that you would ever propel this aggressively. It's kind of asking for disaster. I love the way that's
Knuckles.
love the way that straight over there just ends. You probably wouldn't break a knuckle pushing them. You might damage springs. But what you're most likely to do is to push one of those first two cars off the track. Because you're squeezing them too hard. Mind you, when we're shunting at the end of day of pup, we're pushing up into a yard that's on a 1 in 30 grade, and we're usually pushing at full power just to get them up there. So sometimes you do propel pretty harshly. Now we can go the other way. That's funny. Train's still there, all good. No, I better shut my door. Can't shut my door, I can't go around that far. Alright, up we go. Take two. Hey, we've got air pressure on the back now. Oh, that's what it wanted me to stop for. It wanted to put an end of train on. I bet you there's one there now. There he is. Red. It's end of shift. He wants to get back in a hurry. Who doesn't stand on the roof and rail fan? Set straight. I'm pretty sure we are just coming in here. That one's set straight. All good. It's really one of those brave and somewhat stupid camera people. So what do you think, chat? Is it going to run over me or is it going to stop?
I've got confidence in you.
That's one of us. Driver spotted me. There you go. He's obeyed the law. He doesn't care anymore. It's my problem now. Stop too quick. What am I stuck on? I got stuck on something then. That looks... Whee, that is not set. Oops, straight through it. And it's one of those ones. We're fast approaching the end of the stream, folks. In theory, the 313 should come out next week. If it makes it. Maybe Cornwall will come out next week. So we'll see what the stream is. If it's not one of those, if they don't come out, are there any requests? just stop when we get up there. That worked well. Better. Except we don't want that. We want to go straight. I'm pretty sure. I think we end up down there somewhere. Yep. That'll do. Didn't even get to shut down the cab. I think I was naughty a bit. Oh well. I already got a medal yesterday. I don't need another one. No, I think I just leveled up in the game. Level 89. Alright then. So, that's about it for this week. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for popping into the chat, Michael. You're going to have to go back to the start now and watch it. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I had fun. So probably the 313 next week, I would think. Maybe the 313 and Cornwall. Who knows? We'll see what happens with that release. But one or the other, or both, or something like that. And if not them, something else. I'll think of something fun. All right, so thank you very much for joining in, and I hope to see you next week. Loved all your comments in the chat today. It was really nice to interact, and enjoy your upcoming week. And for those of you who aren't in the Southern Hemisphere on my side of the date line, enjoy your rest of your weekend. Me, I'm only partway through my Sunday, and I've got lots of family coming over, so I'm sure I've got a lot of chores to do right at the moment. All right, see you later. I welcome any and all feedback. Feel free to comment on the video. Constructive criticism is welcome, especially if I've got something wrong. I stream every Sunday morning starting at 8:30 AM, and I also do ad hoc streams from time to time during the week. Please subscribe and click notify to avoid missing out. Subscribing helps me by helping me see what content is good and how it helps the channel grow, or doesn't, as the case may be.